Hi everyone, this is K. Venkateshwarlu, lecturer in mathematics, Government Degree College, Women, Nalgonda. In previous classes, we discussed about sequence, types of sequences like constant sequence, bounded below sequence, bounded above sequence, and bounded sequence with examples. And also in yesterday classes we discussed about limit point of a sequence, that is nothing but convergence sequence, divergent sequence. Now we see the examples of convergent sequence or divergent sequence, and how to find the limit point of a sequence is we seen in yesterday class. Now we see the examples of convergent sequence and divergent sequence. The next slide gives show that limit n tending to infinity 1 by n is equal to 0. Here we have to prove this problem by using the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence. Here we use the definition of a limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence to show that limit n tending to infinity 1 by n is equal to 0. Here the given sequence is Sn is equal to 1 by n and the limit point L is 0. By using the definition for a given epsilon, let epsilon greater than 0 be given. We consider epsilon is greater than 0. We can find a natural number. We can find a natural number n such that. So what is the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence? For a given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a natural number n such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon. Mod Sn minus L less than epsilon. So what is the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence? Mod Sn minus L less than epsilon. So by using this condition, here the given sequence Sn is 1 by n and L is 0. So that is 1 by n minus 0 is less than epsilon. For every, here we have to find the natural number n. If there exists a natural number n, then the sequence 1 by n converges to 0. Otherwise, it is divergent sequence. Here we have to find, we can find the natural number n that depends upon epsilon value. Here we consider epsilon value that is greater than 0, which is smallest value. By the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence, mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon. So by using this condition, the given sequence can be written as 1 by n minus 0 is less than epsilon. From that one, mod 1 by n less than epsilon. So mod 1 by n less than epsilon is nothing but 1 by n less than epsilon. Why? Because sequence is defined from natural number set to real number set. We take all n values are positive, then mod 1 by n is also positive. So from that we can write it as 1 by n less than epsilon. 1 by n less than epsilon. Here. So from that we write it as 0 less than or equal to 1 by n less than epsilon. Why? Because epsilon is the smallest value which is greater than 0. Epsilon is a smallest value and we consider epsilon as greater than 0. That's why 0 less than or equal to 1 by n less than epsilon. From that 1 by n less than epsilon. From that we write it as 1 by epsilon less than n. And also this condition, from this condition 1 by epsilon less than n can be written as n greater than 1 by epsilon. Here we consider 1 by epsilon as natural number. Here we consider 1 by epsilon as natural number. So what is the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence? Whenever mod Sn minus L less than epsilon, for every n greater than or equal to n where n is a natural number, for a given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a natural number n such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon, then the sequence Sn is called convergence to the real number L. Here also we find the natural number n, that is here 1 by epsilon. Here we take epsilon is equal to 0.1. Why? Because epsilon is greater than 0. That's why here we take epsilon is equal to 0.1. Then 1 by 0.1. Here we take epsilon is equal to 0.1, then 1 by epsilon, 1 by 0.1 is nothing but a 10, that is natural number. So if there exists a natural number n such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon, then we say that Sn converges to the real number L. Here the natural number is 1 by epsilon. That's why the given sequence 1 by n converges to the real number 0. If there exists a natural number n, then the sequence is converges. Otherwise it is diverges. Here the natural number is 1 by epsilon. Okay. So next we see another problem, that is show that limit n tending to infinity 1 by root n is equal to 0. Limit n tending to infinity 1 by root n is equal to 0. So the it is in the form of, here the given problem is in the form of limit n tending to infinity, limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to L. Limit n tending to infinity Sn is equal to L, where Sn is nothing but 1 by root n and L is nothing but 0. Here we choose epsilon that is greater than 0 be given. We can find a natural number n such that mod 1 by root n minus 0 less than epsilon. So from that 1 by root n less than epsilon, squaring on both sides, we get 1 by n less than epsilon square here. So which is 1 by n less than epsilon square, squaring on both sides here. From that one we write it as, here this epsilon square goes to left hand side and n goes to right hand side, 1 by epsilon square less than n. It can be written as n greater than 1 by epsilon square. Here we consider 1 by epsilon square is equal to natural number n. So what is the definition of limit point of a sequence? Whenever mod Sn minus L less than epsilon, there exists a natural number n such that for all n greater than or equal to n. Here n is greater than or equal to n, where n is nothing but 1 by epsilon square. Now we check 1 by epsilon square is a natural number or any other number. If we substitute epsilon is equal to 0.1, here epsilon is greater than 0. We substitute epsilon is equal to 0.1, epsilon square. Here we take epsilon is equal to 0.1. Epsilon is equal to 0.1. What is the value of epsilon square? 0.01. 0.01. So 1 by 0.01 is nothing but 1 by 0.01 is nothing but 100. So we know that 100 is a natural number. Here the natural number is exists. Therefore the given sequence is converges to 0. Okay. And the next problem. So third and fourth and fifth one problems is homework for you. So that is, the fourth one is limit n tending to infinity 1 by n square is equal to 0. And fourth one is limit n tending to infinity 1 by n cube is equal to 0. And fifth one is limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n is equal to 1. Here limit n tending to infinity 1 plus 1 by n is equal to 1. So in third problem Sn is nothing but 1 by n square and L value is 0. In fourth problem Sn is 1 by n cube and L value is 0. In fifth problem the sequence Sn is 1 plus 1 by n and here L value is 1. Fifth one, Sn, the sequence Sn is 1 plus 1 by n and L value is 1. Okay. Now we see the sixth problem. Show that limit n tending to infinity 1 minus 1 by 2 power n is equal to 1. Here we get directly, we substitute n is equal to infinity, we get the limit point 1. That is 1 minus 1 by 2 power infinite. 1 by 2 power infinite is 1 by infinite. 1 by infinite is equal to 0, that is 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. But here we use two definition of limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence definition. We have to prove this problem. So what is the definition of a limit point of a sequence or convergent sequence? For a given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a natural number n such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon for every n greater than or equal to n. Here Sn is given and real number limit point L is given, but here we can find a natural number n. If there exists a natural number n, then the problem is true for all n greater than or equal to n. So first here let epsilon greater than 0, let epsilon greater than 0 be given. We need to find an n belongs to n such that here this n is natural number set and this n is natural number and this n is natural number set, such that mod Sn minus L less than epsilon for every n greater than or equal to n. So given that the sequence Sn is 1 minus 1 by 2 power n and limit point L is 1. We substitute these values in this condition, we get 1 minus 1 by 2 power n. Sn is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 2 power n. L is nothing but 1 is less than epsilon. So here 1 get cancelled, minus 1 by 2 power n. Mod minus 1 by 2 power n is nothing but 1 by 2 power n here. So here we get mod minus 1 by 2 power n. So mod minus 1 by 2 power n is nothing but 1 by 2 power n. So that is 1 by 2 power n is less than epsilon. From that we write it as 1 by epsilon is less than 2 power n. Taking log on both sides, log 1 by epsilon is less than log 2 power n. So log 2 power n can be written as n log 2. So next slide. Here n greater than log 1 by epsilon by log 2. Here we have log 1 by epsilon is less than log 2 power n. Log 2 power n can be written as n log 2. So from that we write it as directly this one. N is greater than log 1 by epsilon by log 2, which is natural number compulsory. If we take epsilon is equal to 0.1 log 10 must be 1. Log 10 base 10 must be 1. 1 by log 2 also 0 point something value. So 1 by 0 point is nothing but it is also a natural number. So if there is a natural number, then the given sequence is converges. So therefore mod 1 minus 1 by 2 power n minus 1 is less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to n is equal to log 1 by epsilon by log 2. Therefore 1 minus 1 by 2 power n is converges to 1. That implies limit n tending to infinity 1 minus 1 by 2 power n is equal to 1. సో ఇక్కడ మనము ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్నీ ప్రూవ్ చేయాలంటే ఇక్కడ నేచురల్ నెంబర్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యే విధంగా క్యాపిటల్ ఎన్ని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. దట్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎన్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ఎప్సిలాన్ వాల్యూ. The capital N must be depends on epsilon value. The capital N value must be is in epsilon value. Okay. So here the value capital N is equal to log 1 by epsilon by log 2. So in second problem n is in the form of 1 by epsilon square. In first problem n is equal to 1 by epsilon. That means capital N, the natural number must depends on epsilon value. Okay. Here limit n tending to infinity 1 minus 1 by 2 power n is equal to 1. So this can also be solved by this one also. 1 by 2 power n is less than epsilon. Already from this case, from this step we 1 minus 1 by 2 power n minus 1 less than epsilon. From this one we get 1 by 2 power n is less than epsilon. So this steps too we can write also we can write it as this 2 can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1 whole power n. So which is in the form of 1 plus x whole power n. So what is the formula of 1 plus x whole power n? nc0 plus nc1 into x plus nc2 into x square plus and so on. So here we have a formula that is 1 plus x whole power n is equal to nc0 plus nc1 into x. Here x is nothing but again 1. That's why here 1 plus 1 whole power n can be written as nc0 plus nc1 into x. In place of x we substitute 1, that is nc1. Next value is nc2 into x square. x is nothing but 1 here, 1 square. 1 square is nothing but 1. So that's why this expansion can be written as 1 plus 1 whole power n expansion can be written as nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 dash ncn. It must be greater than or equal to, here nc0 is 1, nc1 is n, nc2 is n into n minus 1 by 2. The third term of this expansion is nc2. nc2 is nothing but nc2. nc2 is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. n into n minus 1 by 2. So, and last value ncn is nothing but again 1. So, nc3 is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 3. The total values, the sum of these values are compulsory greater than or equal to n. That's why here nc0 is 1, nc1 is n, nc2 is n into n minus 1 by 2. So, which is always greater than n. That's why the 1 plus 1 whole power n is greater than n. 1 plus 1 whole power n is greater than n. Once again here 1 plus 1 whole power n can be written as nc0 plus nc1 plus dash plus ncn. nc0 is equal to 1, nc1 is n, and third term of this expansion is n into n minus 1 by 2. Therefore here clearly we observe that the total value compulsory greater than n. The total value of this expansion compulsory greater than n. From that one we write it as whenever 1 plus 1 whole power n is greater than n, 1 by 1 plus 1 whole power n is less than or equal to 1 by n. So here we see one example. So whenever 2 is less than 3, so here greater than symbol we write it as greater than, we take greater than 1. We know that 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2. So what about 1 by 3? 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. In same manner here 1 plus 1 whole power n is greater than or equal to n. From that one 1 by 1 plus 1 whole power n is less than or equal to 1 by n. Here 1 plus 1 whole power n is nothing but 3 and n is 2. So that is in the form of 3 greater than 2. So then this can be converted to 1 by 3 less than 1 by 2. 1 by 3 is 0.3, 1 by 2 is 0.5. So from that one by 2 power n is less than 1 by n. 1 by n must be less than epsilon. Why? Because 1 by 2 power n is less than epsilon. 1 by 2 power n is equal to here 1 by n. From that one we can write it as 1 by n less than epsilon. That is 1 by epsilon is less than n. From that one n is greater than 1 by epsilon. Here 1 by epsilon considered as capital N, natural number. So we know that natural number is depends on epsilon value. That's why we take 1 by epsilon is as a natural number. Then n is greater than n. So whenever natural number is exists, the given sequence is convergent sequence. That is 1 minus 1 by 2 power n minus 1 less than epsilon for every n greater than or equal to n, where n is 1 by epsilon, which is a natural number. If we take epsilon is equal 0.1, 1 by 0.1 is natural number. If we take epsilon is equal 0.2, if we take epsilon is equal to 0.2, we take epsilon is equal to 0.2. So what is the value of 1 by epsilon? 1 by 0.2. 1 by 0.2 must be natural number. 1 by 0.2 must be natural number. 1 by 0.2 is nothing but 20. 1 by 0.2 is nothing but 20. 20 is a natural number. If we take 0.3, 1 by 0.3, 30 is a natural number. 1 by 0.15. So if we take any number, it is a natural number. If there exists a natural number, the given sequence is converges. Otherwise it is diverges. Next we see another example. Prove that limit n tending to infinity root n plus 1 minus root n is equal to 0. Prove that limit n tending to infinity root n plus 1 minus root n is equal to 0. Here the given sequence is Sn is equal to root n plus 1 minus root n. And the given sequence given limit point L is equal to 0. In order to prove this one, we use the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergence sequence. In order to prove this one, this problem, we use the definition of limit point of a sequence or definition of a convergence sequence. So what is the definition of a limit point of a sequence? For a given epsilon greater than 0, there is a real number L. There exists a natural number n such that mod Sen minus L less than epsilon for every n greater than or equal to n. That is the definition of limit point of a sequence or convergence sequence. Here the given sequence Sn is root n plus 1 minus root n, and the given point L is, given limit point L is 0. Here we consider epsilon is greater than 0, and so there exists natural number n greater than n implies mod root n plus 1 minus root n, that is Sn. Why? Because we have the definition of limit point of a sequence is mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon. Here Sn is nothing but root n plus 1 minus root n. That's why here we write it as root n plus 1 minus root n. Minus L, L is nothing but 0, is less than epsilon. From that one we find the natural number. If there exists a natural number, then the sequence is converges, otherwise it is diverges. Okay. Here we can obtain n explicitly in terms of epsilon in such problems. We proceed the following way. So here we change this sequence to Sn is equal to root n plus 1 minus root n. Here we multiply and divide with root n plus 1 plus root n. Here rationalizing with root n plus 1 plus root n. Here we rationalize with root n plus 1 plus root n. Why? Because here we substitute directly limit value n is equal to infinite. Here we substitute directly n is equal to infinite. We get the limit point is infinite. Here the given sequence Sn is equal to root n plus 1 minus root n. If we substitute n is equal to infinite, we get the limit point is infinite. That's why we change this sequence to this one by rationalizing with root n plus 1 plus root n. If we here we multiply with root n plus 1 plus root n, then in numerator a minus b into a plus b. So a minus b into a plus b is nothing but a square minus b square, that is n plus 1 minus n. N get cancelled. In numerator 1 is there, in denominator root n plus 1 plus root n, that is 1 by root n plus 1 plus root n. Since we know that root n plus 1 always greater than root n, root n plus 1 always greater than root n. If we take n is equal to 1 here, 1 plus 1 root 2 is greater than root 1. Here wait, here root n plus 1 is greater than root n. From this case, here we substitute n is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 is root 2, is always greater than root 1. If we substitute n is equal to 2, that is root 3, root 3 is always greater than root 2. If we substitute n is equal to 3, that is root 4, is always greater than root 3. Root 4 is 2, greater than root 3 is 1.732. So this condition is true for every n belongs to n. This condition is true for every n belongs to n. This condition is true for every n belongs to n. Okay. From that one, adding on both sides with root n, then here from right hand side we get root n plus root n. Root n plus root n is nothing but 2 root n. Whenever 3 is greater than 2, we can write it as, whenever 3 is greater than 2, we can write it as 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. In the same way here, root n plus 1 plus root n greater than root n plus root n. From that one, 1 by root n plus 1 plus root n is less than 1 by 2 root n. So that is here Sn is equal to 1 by root n plus 1 plus root n is less than 1 by 2 root n. So next slide. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2. One is mod root n plus 1 minus root n minus 0 is less than epsilon, and second one is Sn is less than 1 by 2 root n. From these two, we can write it as 1 by 2 root n is less than epsilon. 1 by 2 root n is less than epsilon. So here squaring on both sides. So mod of 1 by 2 root n is always positive. Why? Because here the sequence is starting from natural number set to real number set. That means we take all the domains values are positive. That's why mod 1 by 2 root n is also positive. That is 1 by 2 root n is less than epsilon. Here squaring on both sides. Here squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides to this one. Squaring on both sides to this one. 1 by 2 root n whole square is nothing but 1 by 4 root n ki square. The squaring on here we can do squaring on both sides. From that one we get 1 by 4n. Epsilon square is nothing but epsilon square. 1 by 4n less than epsilon square. From that one we write it as 1 by 4 epsilon square is less than n. From that one n is greater than 1 by 4 epsilon square. Here we consider 1 by 4 epsilon square as natural number, that is equal to n. So whenever root n plus 1 minus root n less than epsilon, here the natural number exists, that is 1 by 4 epsilon square. Therefore the given sequence Sn converges to 0. Okay. Similarly, we can do remaining problems. We have more problems on convergence sequence and divergence sequence. Tomorrow we discuss more problems on convergence sequence. Today you can do the problems of 3, 4, 5. So the third problem is limit n tending to infinity 1 by n square is equal to 0. And the fourth problem is limit n tending to infinity 1 by n cube is equal to 0. That means here in third problem the sequence is 1 by n square and the limit point is 0. In fourth problem also the given sequence is 1 by n cube and the limit point is 0. In fifth problem the given sequence is Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by n, and the limit point is here L is equal to 1. The limit point is here L is equal to 1 and the sequence is Sn is equal to 1 plus 1 by n. So by using the definition of limit point of a sequence, you can do these three problems. Tomorrow we discuss more problems on convergent sequence. Later we discuss the problems on divergent sequences. Thank you.